In just over 2 years, Pixie Lott has sold more than 1 million albums, 3 #1 singles, even launched a fashion line.
And now she's hoping to repeat the same success with her new album, Young, Foolish, Happy. There it is. Pixie's on the sofa with us. Morning to you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, not
Very
too
good
bad.
indeed. Very good indeed.
Does that explain you? Does that describe you? Young, foolish, happy?
I like to think so. I basically called it Young, Foolish, Happy because I thought it would be perfect just 'cause it's my second album and it's kind of more soul-based and it's a soul song that I grew up listening to by the Tams, Young, Foolish and Happy. I don't know if you know it. No?
No.
Too young. Too young.
Well, it's a song that I've grown up loving and I think it's just a good message for anyone any age, just to remember.
Just admire it. So it was back in 2009, wasn't it? 2 or 3 years ago?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mama Do, 2009.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. And since then, it's just all gone bonkers for you, hasn't it?
It has been, yeah, it's definitely been really busy, never a dull moment, but it's been so fun, like I can't complain. It's always, I didn't know what to expect to be honest, but yeah, I've loved it so far.
Fashion line, is
Yeah.
this one of the range?
It isn't actually, I'm not sporting the range, but yeah, I did that for the past 2 years, that was really fun.
To have a go at designing it.
Yeah.
And you've done a bit of acting as well, haven't you?
Yeah, a little bit. But
Fred.
I grew up doing it at school. Like I studied it at school, and so I think I'd like to get more involved in it in a few years' time. Like,
Look at
And
you.
Oh,
it's so
wow, look at that.
embarrassing.
Oh, beautiful.
Sorry,
Great
I
hair.
always have to
Were
do
you not
that.
aware of that? I do
So
apologise.
embarrassing. Who did that? That's
That was
my
Kate.
mum, wasn't it?
All right.
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
Are there any irons in the fire then with the acting? Anything
Not really, to
planned,
be honest.
no?
Like, music's always going to be like my #1. It's my passion. I love it, and I could never imagine not doing it. But I've always loved acting as well. So maybe, you know, when the time's right, when the right script or there's a character that I love or something like that.
And I guess there's a bit of it coming up through stage school, isn't it? That you get to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, well, I grew up doing, singing was always my favourite, but I grew up doing, you know, dance and drama and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's great that once you kind of like step into this world, it kind of allows you to branch out and do other things that you love.
Yeah, are you able to like start picking and choosing with what you do, where you go, who you work with? Has it got to that point in your career yet?
I guess a little bit more than I did before, but I'm not very fussy. I'm always open for working with new people, but especially when it comes to like making albums and stuff. Obviously, this is my second album, so I go back to work with the people who I worked well with on the first album and that kind of stuff.
Didn't you audition for Gary Barlow on Britannia High?
I did.
And he said no?
No, actually, Gary said yes.
Oh, did he?
Yes.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
He was lovely. He's such a nice guy. My mum's a massive fan of Gary Barlow. If I mention his name, she goes all week. Yeah, no, that was when I was 16. I auditioned on the show, and actually that's where I met Ed Sheeran. That's where we became friends from that. And yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, he's conquering the world as well at the moment, isn't he, Ed? Nice
Yes.
to chat to you. Pixie's going to stay with us and perform new single Kiss the Stars. Is
Yeah,
that right?
which is out
great.
now.
Brilliant. Look forward to hearing that. She's been rehearsing, actually. Sounds great. So
Thank
see
you
you in a
very
bit.
much.
Thanks for now. Let's get the latest weather from lovely Lucy out in the cold.
So cold, Dan, but even colder air to be with us by the end of the week. We could see temperatures barely above freezing come Thursday and Friday, and by night we could see sharp frost and temperatures as low as -10, can you believe? This morning, a freezing cold start for most of us, temperatures around about 0 degrees or just below in many central locations where it stayed clear overnight. But either side of this clearer slot, we've got more cloud cover with an area of rain extending from Northern Ireland down to the southwest and Wales, and we've got the biggest snow risk today because that rain already turning to sleet and hill snow across parts of Wales, the southwest, the West Country, across to Hampshire, and we have got a light dusting of snow over the higher ground here. For the eastern side of the Pennines, a few showery outbreaks now and again could give a wintry mix of sleet and snow, but otherwise dry, with the best of the lovely sunshine once the early mist and fog clears to the west of the high ground today for the likes of western Scotland down to Cumbria and northwestern England. A really lovely day here, but for all of us staying really chilly after such a cold start. Temperatures will struggle all day, just 4 or 5 degrees at best. High pressure becoming increasingly established from the east, bringing much colder air from Scandinavia and the near continent, and that's the trend of things to come. Overnight, an early return to the frost, the fog, and maybe some ice. Tomorrow, even colder.
Find out what's in store for the next 5 days on our website, itv.com/daybreak.